Dobar dan. Sorry, that was my only word in Italian language. So I have to switch into English. Dobar dan, I said.
Izvinjavam se, nisam najavio docenta doktora Dalibora Pešića koji će nam pomoći u prevođenju.
So, thanks a lot. It's a great honor and a great pleasure for me to be here. Thanks for this invitation. And thank to you that you are here, because that you are here shows your engagement in road safety. And so you save injuries and you save lives. Thanks for that.
Juergen se zahvaljuje na pozivu i častno je što učestvuje na jednoj ovakvoj konferenciji, jer svi ovdje koji ste došli upravo zbog toga da bi spasli živote i povezali.
I am coming from the University of Wuppertal. It's situated in the western part of Germany. You are invited to visit us. We have 14,000 students and 2,000 in civil engineering and in traffic economic engineering.
Ja dolazim sa Univerziteta Zapadne Nemačke, gdje imamo 14.000 studenta, uglavnom za tehničko
Okay, better. We have a famous monorail system which carries 40 million passengers each year, very safe. But that's not a reality traffic system, because they don't have crossings, they don't have intersections, crossing pedestrians or cyclists in between.
Mi imamo dobro razvijen sistem javnog prevoza, koji je tako organizovan da nema preseka sa ostalim učesnicima u saobraćaju, zbog toga je veoma bezbedno.
So it's very important that you look on road safety, and in my opinion you should first imagine what is the main problem, and I think the main problem is that safety is not really in our minds.
Prvo što treba da se uradi jeste da uočimo šta je problem, ali po mom mišljenju problem je ono što se nalazi u našim glavama, u našim mislima.
If I look on my navigation system in my car, it shows me the shortest way or the fastest way. But what I need is, in that opinion, to show me the safest way. And you see, it's not the present at the moment, it has to be in the mind.
Sadašnjost je tako da kada ja pogledam u navigaciju na mom automobilu, onda mi navigacija nudi najkraći put ili najbrži put, ali mi ne nudi put koji je bezbedni. To je ono što je sadašnjost, a ono što je u mojoj glavi, to je bezbednost saobraćaja.
So it's every time important that you talk about it, that you keep it back to the mind, and an accident can happen me.
I zbog toga stalno to treba da držimo u mislima, jer ne zna da se može dogoditi i meni.
When I am sitting together with my students or with design planners, I ask them, please think a minute, for whom do you plan in your municipality the roads?
Kada sedim sa svojim studentima u učionici, koji su studenti praktično projektanti i planeri, prvo o čemu razgovaramo jeste praktično za koga projektamo taj put.
And my answer is for me and you, and if you plan now, we are all older. Don't speak about the elderly people, speak of us, because we are the ones who use the infrastructure.
Dakle, moj odgovor je da projektamo put za mene i za vas, i ne samo za stare lica, već za nas koji smo mladi, koji ćemo koristiti te pute.
And then I am 30 years older, I will go like that. I hope I am as in that good condition as Mick Jagger, but you don't know if you are.
Dakle, možda ću ja za 40 godina se kretati ovako i vi ćete biti u dobroj kondiciji kao Mick Jagger.
And so you have to keep it in mind and try to create roads for us in the future.
Zbog toga treba da taj put koji projektujemo i koji kreiramo treba da praktično ga napravimo za nas, za budućnost, za našu budućnost.
And of course the second group you should keep in your mind are children.
Druga grupa koju treba da razmišljate jesu deca.
And then you have to go down and try to see when the car is coming. The car is much bigger as you are, and it could be that the one couldn't see you because there is a parking car before you.
Zbog toga treba da se spustimo dole i da pogledamo očima deteta, jer su tada vozila mnogo veća i da vidimo da li uopšte možemo uočiti neko vozilo, da li nam neko drugo vozilo koje ne ilazi da može biti ometeno od parkiranih vozila.
So that for the introduction, but Alan told you what to do. I would like now focus on how to do.
Ovo je bio uvod, Alan nam je rekao nešto o tome šta treba raditi, a ja ću sada nešto ispričati kako treba uraditi.
We have done many analyses and we have tried to find out what are the problems in different municipalities. For example, pedestrian crossings, the main problem at the moment. That was the question.
Mi smo radili dosta analiza u različitim opštinama, lokalnim zajednicama i trenutno su pešački prelazi najveći problem.
What we found out in many municipalities all over the world, or many municipalities we analyzed in Germany, was there is no common problem. Every municipality has its own problems, and they could be different.
Ono što smo došli do zaključka analizom širom sveta, pa i Nemačkoj, da ne postoje uobičajeni generalni problemi, već je svaka opština ima svoje specifične probleme u vezi bezbednosti.
So I can't recommend you to start with pedestrian safety or cyclist safety or safety in the car or something like that.
Tako da ne mogu preporučiti da odmah krenete da se bavite bezbednošću pešaka, biciklista ili drugih učesnika u saobraćaju.
What I would like to recommend is use the instruments you have to get safety.
Ali zato mogu preporučiti da koristite instrumente na osnovu kojih možete poboljšati bezbednost saobraćaja.
And in my opinion, the best solution for municipalities at the moment is to use the road infrastructure safety management.
I mislim da je trenutno najbolje rešenje upravljanje bezbednošću saobraćaja putnom infrastrukturom.
The first instrument, there are 4 instruments inside. The first instrument is the road safety impact assessment.
Praktično postoje četiri alata, odnosno 4 instrumenta i prvi od njih je ocena uticaja bezbednosti saobraćaja.
The aim is to calculate road safety for future alternatives, like if you have a signalized junction or as an alternative a roundabout. What is better in the case of safety?
Cilj je da utvrdi bezbednost saobraćaja za budućnost na osnovu predloženih varijanti rješenja izgradnje novih puteva.
And many of the European countries or all over the world, the countries try now to set the highway capacity manual, a highway safety manual that we need.
Zbog toga mnogo zemalja u EU pokušava da uspostavi HCM ili HSM priručnike kao osnov za unapređenje ovog dela.
I like that very much because my students in civil engineering are very much mathematic orientated, and in the past they try to calculate capacity.
Ovo se meni posebno sviđa jer moji studenti su dosta orijentisani na matematiku i mogu da izračunaju kapacitet.
And if you have this instrument, you can calculate safety and try to calculate a level of service and safety. So you can say, well, this intersection is in capacity level of service D, but in safety it's level of service E. That's the aim of this instrument.
Tako da kada postoje instrumenti za izračunavanje, onda se recimo prema tim priručnicima može definisati nivo kapaciteta kao D, ali je zato nivo bezbednosti prema ovom alatu koji sad prikazujemo u stvari recimo nivo E.
So my recommendation is look at it, use it, and use it as an argument against other arguments you get.
Zbog toga moja preporuka da se ovaj alat koristi i primenjuje, posebno kao dokaz za protivne strane.
The second instrument is the road safety audit, and I am certifying auditors in Germany, and what I see is interurban roads are, compared to urban roads, very easy. In urban roads you have so many different opportunities that we take a long time to learn road safety audit in urban areas.
Posebno je velika razlika nastaje kada se radi revizija bezbednosti saobraćaja, odnosno provera bezbednosti saobraćaja u urbanim i vanurbanim sredinama, jer u urbanim sredinama su mnogo kompleksnije saobraćajne situacije.
And what we see is that the planners and the policemen have to work together, and not all planners are very familiar to accident analyze, and we teach them accident analyzing.
Zbog toga planeri i projektanti treba da sarađuju sa policajcima, jer planeri, odnosno projektanti, nemaju baš dovoljno iskustvo na terenu šta se događa u vezi saobraćajnih nezgoda.
And what we see even in new plans is that there are deficiencies. I have now audited about 300, 400 plans, and all have deficiencies.
U svim dokumentima se pokazuje da je ovaj alat posebno efikasan. Ja sam do sada uradio preko 300 road safety audit, odnosno revizije bezbednosti saobraćaja, i sve su bile efikasne.
Like in this plan, the side distance to the one who is waiting before the zebra crossing, it could not be seen because there are parking cars there.
Kao recimo ovaj primjer prikazan na slajdu gdje je ovaj pešački prelaz nije mogao biti uočen zbog parkirnih vozila.
That's one of our main problems we have in urban areas at the moment. The site is not there, and in the most cases it is disturbed by parking cars.
I to je uglavnom kod nas najveći problem u urbanim sredinama, nedovoljna preglednost, odnosno vidljivost usred parkiranih vozila.
With the audit you could avoid it, and you could write it down in a paper, and this paper is a document. And if you have a document, it's not so easy to say, well, we need these parking facilities. Then that's our analyze we get, then you have really a good chance to go into safety and put safety at first.
I onda praktično mi našim analizama možemo pokazati na papiru, dokazati, imati dokument da su uočeni određeni problemi i da li su nam potrebni ti objekti za parkiranje na određenim područjima, da li je to bezbedno ili nije.
Or another main problem we have at the moment with plans is that you have only 2 phases at signalized junctions, so that the left turn driver has to look on the opposite car coming from the opposite direction, and they both have green at the same time.
Poseban problem također u urbanim sredinama su te raskrsnice gdje postoje levi skretači i gdje i levi skretači i oni koji se kreću iz suprotnog smjera i kreću se pravo i imaju zeleno svetlo u isto vrijeme.
So in the most cases that the decision has gone in capacity, from capacity point of view. If you look on it from a safety point of view, it could be that in some hours of a day you have to wait 2 or 3 phases to go over the junction, but you go safe.
Odluka da li ćete skrenuti, odnosno propustiti drugog učesnika u saobraćaju u najvećem broju slučaja zavisi od kapaciteta, odnosno propusne moći ove rasnice, pa neki put morate čekati 3 ili 4 ciklusa da bi izvršili skretanje.
The third instrument of the safety management is the network safety management.
Treći alat je u upravljanju putnom infrastrukturom jeste upravljanje bezbednošću na mreži puteva.
And when I am now going to municipalities, I ask the design planner there, where are your safety problems with children, with elderly people?
I kada idem u opštini, ja sada razgovaram sa nadležnjima gdje je tu problem, da li su problem djeca ili stara lica.
In the most cases, they only refer to the accident commission. But in my opinion, this network safety management should be used by the planners for calculating how there are their points or their sections where they have problems.
U najvećem broju slučajeva oni mi odgovaraju da u principu komisija koja je nadležna za saobraćaj nezgodno rešava te probleme, ali u ovom slučaju je neophodno uključiti planere jer oni mogu bolje da urade ovaj deo posla.
And what we found out with the research project was that 50 to 80% of the accidents happens only in 5 to 10% of your network in municipalities. So you can use that and then focus on that.
Recimo, postoji mogućnost da se 40 do 50% saobraćajnih nezgoda događa na samo 5 do 10% od mreže puteva, pa na osnovu toga se vi možete fokusirati upravo na taj deo mreže puteva.
The fourth and the last instrument is the road safety inspection.
Posljednji od ova 4 instrumenta je praktično provjera bezbednosti saobraćaja ili road safety inspection.
So you should go out and search for the deficiencies you have now in your sections where with the instrument before the network safety management you found out that you had problems.
Zbog toga treba da se izađe na teren i umjesto samo upravljanja mrežom putema uoči problemi konkretno na terenu.
As I said, one of these problems we have with parking cars
Kao što sam već rekao, jedan od problema sa parkiranim vozilima.
And for that we have now new guidelines, and in our new guidelines, they are from 2006 to now 2013, new available. We have now a first aspect which is safety.
I evo sada, u posljednje vreme, praktično 2006. godine imamo novi priručnik koji osim kapaciteta uzima u obzir i bezbednost saobraćaja.
So we have now the possibility to refer to the guidelines and then in order to say here is the deficiency and you have to change it and I write it down and it's in the document.
I zbog toga na osnovu tog priručnika onaj koji radi provjeru može da ukaže tačno na problem i da zapiše gdje je taj problem i koje vrste.
In another research we asked elderly people in the car, if you were a mayor, what would you do to get a better traffic in your town?
Posebno smo razgovarali sa starim licima, na primjer, da ste vi gradonačelnik, predsjednik opštine, šta bi vi uradili za bolju bezbednost?
We are a little bit surprised because every driver we asked, the first aspect was pedestrian crossings.
Bili smo veoma iznenađeni jer je prvo što su istakli bilo praktično pešački prelaz.
So it could be that when you start pedestrian crossing or when you go further, pedestrian crossings or pedestrian safety is a very important point.
I zbog toga smo zaključili da su pešački prelazi uopšte pešaci jedan od važnih tačaka, važnih elementa.
Yeah, and you have to look on the future where we use walking frames. In Germany we had 500,000 walking frames sold last year.
Zbog toga treba pogledati u budućnost jer mi...
Walking frame is a volato, a help for government.
Mi u Njemačkoj u prošle godine smo imali 500.000 kolica za kretanje. Handicapirani.
Okay. Yeah, and you see here a meeting of elderly people. What happens at the moment?
Da, ovo je fotografija sastanka starih lica koji koriste ta ulica, što se događa.
And it's very good that they are used outside, because then you have the opportunity to keep on in social life.
Da, i to je dobra prilika da se oni održe i dalje da budu socijalizovani, da budu u društvu.
But there are new problems coming to us, because only a little curve of above 3 centimeters is a real obstacle for walking friends.
Da, ali problemi se javljaju već i kod takvih objekata na putu, iličnjaka, na primjer, koji su čak samo 3 cm visoki, to je za njih visoka prepreka.
So we look on curves at the moment, or we look on safety problems in cycling with an inspection by bike.
Da, onda smo istraživali teren tako što smo inspekciju radili vožnjom bicikala, da bi i taj aspekt uzeli u obzir.
And what we see at the moment is that we have very complex situations for pedestrians, for cyclists, for car users.
I videli smo veoma kompleksnu situaciju, kako za pešake, tako i za bicikliste i za vozače.
The traffic is much more complex as it were 30 years before.
Je saobraćaj mnogo kompleksniji i složeniji nego što je bio pre 30 godina.
So any afford like shared space, you could use it in special areas, or reduce signalizing, or take this simplicity is for me is a little bit like shared space plus would be a good opportunity.
Dobra prilika bi bila praktično formirati neku vrstu podeljenog prostora sa što manje signalizacije, što manje nepotrebnih informacija za sve učesnike saobraćaja.
So at the end, I think using these 4 instruments together is a good possibility to reduce the accidents in municipalities.
Ja smatram da je korišćenje ova 4 alata koje sam prikazao veoma dobra mogućnost za unapređenje bezbednosti saobraćaja u lokalnim zajednicama.
And I am very sure that you're on a good way, so simply keep on going. Thanks for your attention.
I ja sam uveren da se vi nalazite na odličnom putu i tako treba da nastavite i Juergen se zahvaljuje na